Hello, vinyl community. I'm Gary, and this is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I appreciate it. So, anyway, I was nominated by my very good friend Steve from All the World's Indeed a Stage, and we are merely players, performers, and portrayers, each another's audience outside the gilded cage. Anyway, he nominated me for this thread that is going around. And it was started by Jason over at Spinz Vinyl. And Jason has a really cool channel, pretty big size channel. It's not a shit show like mine is. It's well done, all that good stuff. So definitely go check that out. But his thread it's one of these takes off the whole desert island theme type thread, right? But he does it a little bit differently. And he says, pick one record from each decade, from wherever you want to start, like wherever your collection kind of starts, one record that you're going to take to this desert island. Now, he says, don't be a candy ass on this, and don't try to say, well, here's my alternative pick for this decade, and here's my one for rock, here's my one for country, blah, blah, blah. No, 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 no. Come on. Be a man. Just pick one album per decade. That's it, okay? And choose it. Now, before I get into that, he also wants us to nominate 3 people, 3 other channels, 3 buddies, to do this same thing, to do the same contest. So I'm going to pick my blues buddy Steve over at the Ralstonian Wheel of Music. The Ralstonians Wheel of Music. That's the name of the channel. Steve, you might want to shorten that channel name. It's as bad as Physical Format Rock and Roll. Also, how about Josh from the flip side, the vinyl community with JC, right? He's the king of the VC. And then how about the guy who started the vinyl community, Brandon, Mr. Hall of Fame. I'd like to see all 3 of those people do this. I think they would all do a fantastic job. I would love to see those videos. Okay, so let's get started on this. Can't do it though without having a beer, right? Because that's what I do when I make videos. Cheers, vinyl community. This is obviously impossible, right? You know, you can't do this. You sit there and you argue with yourself, you go back and forth, and you say, wait, man, that's not my favorite album from that decade. So I just had to pick an album that I love, that to me made sense to take on this journey with me. So starting out, I can't even show the album. I have to show a CD of it because it's so freaking good that my album is actually framed, hanging on my wall. So, and I didn't want to get it down and put it back up, so I just showed the stupid CD. Led Zeppelin 1. I've got to have some lead for my head. And I know some people, for whatever reason, they act like this album is not that great. Those people are stupid. This is a fantastic album, and it's one I've never gotten tired of. I don't know how long I've had it. Many years. But I love it. So that's from the 60s, 1968. I'm taking that. Now from the 70s, favorite decade, greatest decade of music, right? So much I could choose from. I went back and forth, fought with myself, knocked myself out at one point. But you know what? Like my buddy Steve said, these picks are fluid, right? They could change. You could ask me next week. They might be different. But for now, I'm going with Yes songs. You say, what? Why is that? Well, this thing is a freaking triple album, right? And it has, yes, I know my record's kind of beat up, but the records themselves are good. It's the jacket that looks like shit. But, look at the track listing on that. So you think I'm taking this thing to a desert island. It's a progressive rock, so it's music that I can listen to over and over again and get more and more into it. And, I haven't heard some of this stuff as much as I have some of the other things in my collection. 3 records. That's a lot of listening. It makes sense to take it on this island that I'm going to. Let's hope to God it has electricity and a record player. Now from the 80s, another decade. I can't win on that one, right? But you know what? What popped into my head, a record that I have never gotten tired of, and that is The Pretenders 2, their second record. I love this record. I love every song on it. This is still the original band on here, and this is just, to me, this is a 5-star record. It's perfect. This is a perfect record to me. It's going to this island with me. I'm going to rock out with Chrissy and the boys on that one, let me tell you. The 90s, Geez, there's a whole lot I could choose from, but you know what? I went with this. Coverdale Page from, I think, 94, right? Thank you, Josh, for this record, by the way. I mean, I get to hear David Coverdale sing, one of my favorite singers, and Jimmy Page is on guitar, and it's a great album. I can't go wrong. I won't get tired of that one either. I gotta rock out. Next, from the, what am I in? The 2000s, right? Might be a surprise to some people, but I'm going with Magic by Bruce Springsteen because I want to take the boss with me. I gotta have some of that stuff by Bruce Springsteen. Is this his best album? No. But I tell you what, this is a damn good album. To me, in my mind, this is probably the last great album that he made. And I love this album, man. It's got a lot of songs that really ring with me. And I think I would need this with me. So you can look at the track listing there. Got the E Street Band with him on this one. Great album. Magic from 2007, I believe. Next, now we're in the 2010s. I'm going to go with from 2014. I can't believe it's been that far back. I'm pretty sure that's correct. But Going to Hell by the Pretty Reckless. I love this album, man. It's heavy at times. At other points, it's not, but it's heavy without being like, stupid heavy or something. And I don't know if I'm going to be by myself on this island or not, but anyway, this is just an album that really, when I got this thing, I just fell in love with this record. Follow Me Down, Going to Hell, Heaven Knows, House on a Hill, Blame Me. This has got so many great songs on here. I love it. This is a kick-ass record. Going to Hell by the Pretty Reckless. And finally, that leads me up to the 2020s, which we're not that far into, right? I got to take some blues with me. One of my favorite bands from the last, 10 years or something. Larkin Poe, Blood Harmony. Jesus, this is a great album. I love this thing. There's not a song on here I don't like. Got to have some blues rock. And these sisters are just amazing. And this band, this album is fantastic. I love it. I have to get away from it sometimes. I got to quit playing it because it came out in 2021, so I had to quit playing it for a while. And then when I come back to it, I'm like, yeah, this is fantastic. So, hey, those are my picks for this whole desert island thing. So go out and check out Jason over at Spinz Vinyl. You notice that has a Z at the end there. And you know what? Thanks everybody for watching, and I hope the 3 people I nominated decide to play along. Until the next time, my friends, I will see you down the road.